Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in today. My name is William Betzelberger. I am the host and founder of the Resilient Masculinity podcast and movement. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for listening. And if you enjoy the content, please like. If this is on YouTube, subscribe. If not, share the podcast, share the Facebook page, share the message of masculinity in its resiliency to as many men as you can. Because our goal here is to provide the conversations, the encouragement, the tools, the resources to equip you as men to become more resilient, more independent, and more capable so that you can serve yourself, your family, your communities, your businesses, your churches, and society. So again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to what we have to say today. And I'm just going to jump right on into it. We have a major problem in, I'm going to say America, and I think specifically American men. We are way too overconsumptive. What is the quote-unquote best Friday ever? Sitting down, chugging beers, watching football, being lazy. I don't know about you, but that does not sound productive to me. Yes, it is good to enjoy your time. It is good to have moments of rest. And that's not a problem. The problem is in America, I think specifically the problem with American men, is we're seeing a trend away from being productive to being consumers, right? We see this in the rise of unemployment and other terms of kinds of entitlement programs, be them Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, all your fun stuff, right? Social programs. What can I get from the system? What can I get? Not necessarily what can I produce, what can I make, how can I be more effective and efficient in this community? But no, it's what can I take, what can I get? I see that all the time, even within the company I work for. I see so many people just try to eke out the most amount of time on the time clock while doing the absolute least amount of actual work. So their paycheck gets bigger when they actually did nothing to actually be productive or anything to get ahead. And guys, that's just so wrong. As men, we're supposed to be producers. We're supposed to make things that are worth living for. I had a Facebook post the other day about being consumption, either being consumers or being producers. And the idea behind men, we're supposed to be producers. So go out and build, create. That's what we used to do. We used to be, kingdom builders. We used to be empire builders. We used to, chart uncharted territory. We used to explore. And now what do? We sit at home, watch football, drinking beers, playing video games. What kind of a life is that? We used to have people take month-long voyages out into the unknown. Now we just, let me scroll through Facebook. No, produce something. Be productive. Do something with your life. Men, it is so discouraging and so disgusting to see you waste your life. God only gave us one life here. Use it. Use it well. Don't get stuck into the mindset trap of what can I get. Be focused on producing and giving your outcomes to those around you. The 3 tips I have today are going to be focus on producing rather than consuming. What can you make today? For me, I can make a podcast episode. I've got a little garden. Well, say little. It's a windowsill garden right now because it's the dead of winter. So I'm not growing any crops outside. I'm not growing anything in the garden. But I do have a windowsill garden. And I've got like 5 things of kale, some onion starts, and a lot of green onion. That's something I can produce today. That's something I work on producing. Produce a little bit more of my food every year. So that eventually I can be self-sufficient in my food making and growing, which that's going to take a long time from where I'm at today to be fully self-sufficient in that. But it's something I, start on, and it's something I try to get better at each year. What else can I do today? What else can I do today to be productive? And get some house chores done. Yeah, that's fair. Those are things that I need to do to maintain the things that I have, right? Maintain. What else can I do to produce? What else can I do to be productive? Think about that one, gentlemen. Think about that. What can you do today? What can you start today to be just a little bit more productive? And write it down. And that's the big key right there, is write these things down. Think, what can you start producing and building and creating today? And then write those down and think about the steps that you need to create that. For example, for this podcast, I needed a microphone, headset, and a camera. This microphone cost like $30 on Amazon. The headset was a gift from several years ago, and the camera I just have from my computer. Oh, and I needed a YouTube channel, a Facebook page, and a podcast hosting site. Okay? All 3 of those are all set up, ready to go. Look at that. Now I can start producing a podcast. I was just recently on Andrew Gomison's podcast speaking for him, and Andrew's been podcasting for 10 years. He's got way more experience than I do, way much more knowledge and experience in this field. And we still got to learn from each other about podcasting and just how beautiful of a platform it can be to reach people, but also just the idea of, hey, I'm going to talk into this microphone and you guys listen because you guys actually care. That's a pretty cool thing. And 30 years ago, this was not, even 10 years ago, podcasting wasn't what it is today. And of course, you can thank, the likes of Joe Rogan, Spotify, and some of the other big names out there. But this is a wonderful medium to get your message across. So if you want to start a podcast, it's not that hard. Say go for it. Spend $60 on it, spend $100, set a limit, set a budget, and then just go for it. Pull the trigger and go. What else can you create? What kind of budget do you need to set for yourself to create your next dream or your next step in achieving your dream? Maybe you want to start, your own garden. Okay, what do you need for that? Figure something out, write it down. Again, make a list, set your goals down in writing, and then be pragmatic about it. Set it up step by step by step. Eventually, you'll get there. It may take some time. It may take a lot of time. Like right now, since it's winter, I'm not growing anything. At least not much. But come springtime, you bet I'm planting lots of different seeds, whether it's potatoes. I love potatoes, by the way. Onions, carrots, celery, rhubarb, whole slew of things, right? What am I doing right now to prep it? To prepare for that, I'm growing a lot of my own compost. I'm working on vermicomposting, which is worms, right? Red wiggler worms. That's something I'm going to start soon. Just take the time, think about what it is that you want to do, what's the next thing you want to create, and make those things reality by taking the time to check off each step and then completing it. I know it's week 3 of the new year, and a lot of guys have already given up on their New Year's resolutions because they don't like to put in the hard work. That's not you. You're going to do the hard work. You're going to complete the steps that are necessary to reach your goals because you're men. You're called to be men. So what else can you do today? What else can you do today? Hopefully you can think of more things than I can, because you know your lives and I don't. You know what makes you tick and I don't. What are the things that make you tick? What do you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy exploring? Good. Find a trail you don't know yet and go explore. Build. Create. Produce. Do something meaningful with yourself, with your life. You have one. Make it worth it. I love building this family. I love building my family. I love pouring into my wife and her relationship pouring back into me. That is the best thing I've ever done in this field, is getting married and starting a family. That is the best thing I could have done. And it's a wonderful journey. It's hard. It's hard, but it's good. It's well worth it. So, gentlemen, find something out there. Find something out there that's worth living for. Make something worth living for. Find something that motivates you to get up out of bed. Chase it. Not just chase it. Pursue it. And don't just pursue it. Conquer it. Take control of it. And run with it. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to get you up out of bed. That's what's going to get you to be productive. And by all means, we need more men who produce. So thank you for listening to what I have to say today. If you enjoy it, again, like, subscribe, share, and be men. Become the resilient, capable, strong, independent, self-reliant, self-sufficient men, sovereign men you are called to be. So with that, again, thank you. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And until then, until next time, take action and become the men you are called to be.